Good morning everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel and to my train room. As you can see from the background, I'm back in California working on Brian's layout again. It is April 16th and it's a really wet day. I got in late last night. What was supposed to be a 13-hour trip ended up a 21-hour trip, but I count myself lucky to have got here at all because I left my home just on the leading edge of a late winter storm that eventually dumped over 28 inches of snow. But I'm here now and I'll keep you posted on a daily basis. Don't go away. I'm just going to film some footage of what the layout looked like when I got here, because I'm hoping that some of these areas will be changed dramatically by the time I leave. This area now shows 1 day of progress. Yesterday I got the base in for the mining area and I laid all the track. I also got the feeders in, I got it painted. I still have to put in the switch machines. Today I've got to get on with scenery. I want to get this entire area roughed in, stack all the foam blocks, get them carved to shape, maybe even get the plaster gauze on. I've got to design a river coming in from the back edge under that bridge, winding down here, probably a culvert under this area. I plan on making a stone arch bridge on the high line. I'm going to try using 2 double track tunnel portals, make a bridge out of it, and then another culvert on the low track here. And then the stream will just disappear off the front edge along here somewhere. It's Wednesday morning. Yesterday I got some scenery roughed in, started working on the area around the coal mine. The lower level main line pops out between these tunnels briefly. I cut in the course of the river. I've got one of the hills mostly shaped and 2 more roughed in. Of course, even worse than a spaghetti bowl layout, this scene is a spaghetti bowl with a high level loop around the outside, so it's pretty much impossible to scenic it so that it looks right. I go do the best I can with what's here. Well, 1 more day has passed. I continued roughing in this area. It's taking a lot longer to do this than any of the previous areas I've worked on. For one thing, it's about twice the size of what I was doing before, but also I had 4 tunnels to build with the liners to do. I had to work on this bridge. This is the 3rd design of bridge. I'm going to put a plate girder in there. Originally it was going to be a stone arch, that didn't look right, and then I was going to build a timber trestle using ready-made bents, the same ones that I used on the curved trestle over here. That one. The only trouble with those is that while they're okay for background use, they're really not good enough for use in the foreground. So I went to plan C. Also, I've had to make 5 lift out sections in this area, and they take a lot longer to design and to build than just throwing the blocks together and carving it. As you can see, most of the rough forms are in place. There are a few lift out sections I've had to make. There's one here. There's two more along the back area, which I can't reach from here. There's another one here. And there will be another one here behind the multi-tool. That is all necessary because of these two long hidden tracks that wrap all the way around the low level of this peninsula. One of them comes out here and the other comes out here. I also had to make 4 tunnel liners. I put this one river or stream through here, winding its way around, and it will start under that bridge over there. And then I'm putting another one up down the middle. I'm assuming that what is now the yard used to be the stream bed, so they had to dig a new ditch down here. There's room for 4 mining houses in this area. I don't know how well the outlines are showing up. And then right under that yellow cap there, I have a bunkhouse. This area at the back I haven't shaped yet. That's mainly because I had to see how much of that flat deck I needed to reserve for the mine tram. Anyway, I assembled some track sections and I've got a cardboard template. That area that's in shadow right in the middle of the frame now, I can actually use most of that to make that little hill look a lot bigger around the tunnel. I'm thinking I'm going to cut the storage track back a little bit, and then I'm going to extend the mine tram around here down a fairly steep incline, and I'm going to have a loading area here, have it at a higher level, so that the cars on the tram end up at flat car height, and that will be where they receive all their mine timbers. Just something I thought of might be interesting. It's Saturday morning and I got the rest of this area roughed in, and I vacuumed up the mess last night. I'm not sure whether I really like all these landforms. I might just leave it for a bit and get on with something else. The owner, Brian, was here yesterday. He loved it, so I guess that's a good sign. Okay, I've cut that top layer off that was up there. I didn't really like it. I felt that I had too many of the hard rock outcrops stuck up on the top of the landscape. I also cut one off here last night. I might cut this off as well. These I'm going to leave because I want a high ridge dividing the mining area on the left to the vineyard on the right. This area in here is going to be a representation of the owner's home with his vineyard on the hill, and these rock outcrops here divide the two scenes. It's Sunday morning, meaning yesterday was day 6, and I've finally got to sling some plaster. I covered the entire area with the plaster cloth yesterday morning, and I got a few square feet of the rock face done in the afternoon and evening. I've done one more day of plaster carving. I've probably got 2 more days ahead of me before this is ready for the next stage. I think I might have just a little bit too much rock debris in the stream bed. I will scoop it all out later, but at the moment it's just where I'm brushing it to, so to keep it out of my way while I'm carving. Well, yesterday I continued the rock work. I've got around this corner now. It was originally a stone portal, but I just put the plaster around it to make it look like it's blasted through the solid rock. I have plenty of stone portals in this area. I got the retaining wall down here where the coal is dumped into the hoppers. I think I might be able to get the carving finished today. Here you've just got to come around the end and down this side to here. I have a little bit in that back corner, but that's probably only 2 batches. And then maybe I'll even be able to get some colour on the rocks this evening. So let me turn the camera off and get to work. Well, it's Wednesday morning now, and the first thing that jumps out, of course, is that there's now some colour on these mountains. Yes, yesterday I got all the plaster carving finished and I started colouring them. Today I've got to do some dry brushing, and then I get some ground cover in, and it will start to look like a real scene. I've still got to seal the riverbed a little bit more. I had a leak last night when I tipped some water up under this culvert here. I'm going to make some really runny plaster and just pour it in the river. A bit like what I did for the lake at the front. This will get sanded so it's nice and smooth, and then I will paint it to look like deep water, fading from a brown to black, and then the resin will give it the see-through water-like effect. Another day has passed. It's Thursday morning. I've got 5 work days left. I got all the sculptor mold on in the non-rock areas, and I did the gold painting on the rocks. Next step is to do the 2 passes of dry brushing all over everything, and then I need to get the ground cover in place, and hopefully I can get that done today so that it can have tomorrow to dry. Tomorrow I'll get on with something different and then come back to it. That'll give me 3 days to finish off. There's a big chunk of scenery to take on in one go. Need to get a move on, otherwise it's not going to be finished. So let me turn the camera off and get back to work. It's Friday morning now. There's only a few days of work left, and I've been dividing my efforts. It was late last night when I left, so I didn't clean up after me. I left a whole load of crap lying around here. But as you can see, I got all the ground cover on. I also put the talus in the stream bed all the way down. And then while this glue is drying, I am working in this other area, joining the scenery I did last time to what the other guy has been working on. Originally we were supposed to meet at the stream bed, which is here where the spray bottle is, but he decided that he didn't know how to finish this and he's had me do this. So, well, it's Saturday. I only have 3 days left. I didn't get a lot of work done on this area yesterday, although I did get all the masking off the track and got them cleaned up and touched up. If you notice, all the access hatches are out right now because I wanted to make sure there was no moisture between the pieces that might get it stuck when I ballast the track. That will be a project for later on today. The first thing I've got to do today is get this smaller scene here up to the same state as the mine area. I've got to get all the dry brushing on these rocks and all the ground cover in. Get some stones in the stream bed. Get all that glued down. And then hopefully I'll be able to come back and ballast it later on, right before I go to bed. And then that will leave tomorrow to do trees and details. Of course, trees not only on the areas I've done, but also in here where the paper towels are, and on this area that I did last time. Round about the mine, there won't actually be any standing trees, they'll all be stumps, but I've still got to make those. And of course it takes as long to plant a stump as it does to plant a tree. So I've only got 3 days left, and one of those is a short day. So let me get to work. I'll check in with you again tomorrow. Well, today is my last full day, because tomorrow evening I have to head down to Sacramento prior to flying out. I got up here really early this morning, and to my surprise, I still got glue where I ballasted yesterday. I don't know why it didn't dry overnight. I hope that's not going to stop me from detailing where I need to, because one of the things I have to do is get the mine buildings and the mine tram in today where those bottles are. I hope I can do it without disturbing the ballast. Last night I started planting trees in this area along the back wall. I've still got about 7 pallets of trees left. I think it'll be enough. I'm not quite sure. This area progressed quite a lot yesterday. Just need trees and water in the stream. But I won't have time to pour the water, because once again the glue's not fully dry here, so it can't be poured today. I might get the first pour in tomorrow. Hopefully this area is dry enough to plant trees on. Well, this is the last morning of my trip. I will be heading to Sacramento this evening, ready to fly out tomorrow morning. I got quite a lot done yesterday. Most noticeably, I planted several hundred trees in some of the new areas. I got as far as here and then I ran out, so we're going to need some more trees. I got some work done in the mine area, installed some buildings. These two on the terraced area haven't been grounded in yet, although that one has. Looks like the glue's not still fully dry. You might be able to see the mine tram heading off into the tunnel. This area here still needs some structures, which I will be building at home and then bringing back for the next trip. Also, we haven't poured the water in the river yet, because we'll do that after the scene is completely finished to minimize the chance of messing it up. Last night I went round and cleaned all the track. I didn't run my own trains, because by the time I'd finished cleaning the track it was after 10 o'clock. So I'm going to do that this morning before everybody else shows up. Well, that's all for this week. As you can see, the layout is nearing completion. I'm flying back again at the end of this month, and this time round the plan is to get the layout finished completely. So thanks for watching, have a great day, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye for now.